Matrix Unplugged. What's going on, guys? I know it's been a minute. We've had a lot going on, a lot of life going on these last couple of weeks, you guys. But I've got my man PB the God here with me tonight. We're ready for a nice show. What's going on, Peyton?
Not much, man. How about you? How's everything?
Hey, not much, man. Not much. You guys, before we get started, Cowboys, he lost his mother this week. I want to give him a shout out. If you guys, want to say a prayer from him, he will be back in a few weeks. So I wish him the best. There's been a lot of stuff going on, you guys, lately. Losing a lot of loved ones, a lot of shit going on in the world. So let's have as much fun with this league as we can. And let's jump off the serious bandwagon and jump into the league. First things first. I like to always go over the league admins. You guys should know all this by now. If you don't, you are fucking retarded. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and be honest. That might be the incorrect way to put it. I could say you're, I don't know, legally stupid. That might be a good way to put it. But please know who your admins are. A lot of people keep hitting me up thinking I am the head honcho. I'm absolutely not. I'm in charge of the media, the podcast, and I'm kind of a consultant for the head honchos in here. The Eagles, Texans, and the Chiefs, those are the kings around here. Then you've got my man, Paper Trail 91. He is the Ravens. He's going to be the commissioner of trade, so he's going to be running the show in the trade committee. Here's your trade committee members, graphics team, transaction log trackers. Pay attention, know who's who, all right? This episode, we are going to jump into the season awards. They just became available a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to go ahead and start looking at who's doing what, who's who around the league, kind of who's making some noise, and see how we're looking. So, Peyton, up first, we've got the MVP race. All right, so the MVP race, you got Josh Allen leading the way, the white Cam Newton at number 1 leading the way for the MVP race, followed by your running back, Jonathan Taylor, number 2. And then you got Mr. No-Name, All-Speed Muhammad with the Jaguars, followed by Todd Gurley, Patrick Mahomes, Foster, and Leonard Fournette. What do you think about this early MVP rankings, Pepe?
That's actually interesting. 2 players on one team were in the top 8 in the MVP race. That's crazy. Bills is balling, man. That's crazy. I ain't never seen anybody pass like that with these numbers.
Yeah, the stuff's ridiculous, man. Absolute monster up there in Buffalo. Excellent team he's got up there. He is making it really work. I'm really shocked here to see Muhammad up here in the top 5 for the MVP race. That's pretty awesome. I know my man Todd Gurley's looking pretty good down there in Atlanta. So we've got a lot of heavy hitters here. Moving on to the AFC Offensive Player of the Year, and obviously that's going to be Josh Allen. He is leading the league for MVP votes, and he's also leading the AFC for Offensive Player of the Year. You're following right behind him as well, Pepe, with Taylor sitting at number 2. Muhammad is there at 3, Foster at 4, and then you got Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, and Patrick Mahomes. What are your thoughts here on this early Offensive Player of the Year set?
It's pretty much the same as, I guess, the regular MVP
pretty much.
race. I'm going to see if I can catch him, man. That's about it. Just try to score as much touchdowns as possible. But
one thing I'm noticing early on, there's a lot of stats in the AFC. It looks like the AFC looks like there's some really top-heavy teams, some guys that are some really good, talented players, and then there's a bunch of really bad bums to be able to allow some of these stats that I see you guys having. So the NFC, I think we don't have the top tier as far as users, but I do think we're pretty balanced. I think we've got a lot of mid-level teams, so you're not going to see crap like this in the NFC. Moving to the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Todd Gurley sitting at number 1. Really nice to see Todd Gurley in his new home in Atlanta, making the city look good. He's leading the Offensive Player of the Year award set for the NFC, followed by Leonard Fournette. The dumbest thing I did this season was trade away Leonard Fournette. That was absolutely stupid, Peyton.
yeah, I don't know if he was off the stuff, or I don't know if you had something to drink that night. I don't know. It could have been a long time at home. Something could have been wrong, but I couldn't see why you did that.
It wasn't a good look, dude. It was not a good look. I fucked up pretty bad right there, you guys. Note to self, don't do stupid shit like that again. Point taken. Sitting at number 3, you've got Gibson, a very odd Offensive Player of the Year spot right here. I did not see Gibson getting ranked this high for the football team. And then you've got Aaron Jones with the Packers, Raheem Mostert with the 49ers, Saquon Barkley with the Giants, and then Tom Brady with the Bucks. I'm a little upset because Tom Brady didn't get any love. He is second in the league in yards, third in the league in passing touchdowns, and he couldn't even crack the top 5 for NFC Offensive Player of the Year, but we'll see if I can change that here soon.
Fun fact about Antonio Gibson, number 3 for Washington. I played against him in football and basketball in high school. That shit's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, played in the same.
Damn, no wonder you were trash. You were playing guys
Stop
like
it.
that. Man, I've seen you play, dude, but I mean, I guess when you just watch that guy score on you all day, but it's all good, man. AFC Defensive Player of the Year. Going back to the Buffalo Bills. You guys, the Buffalo Bills are cleaning house with the awards. You guys have got to get better, all right? AFC East, you guys got to get your shit together, all right? This is absolutely embarrassing. This guy is cleaning up with the awards. Micah Hyde sitting right there, and you followed by Poyer. So 2 really, really, really good safeties. He's got some really good game plan going up there on the defensive side of the ball. Then at number 3, you've got Grant Delpit. My man Trell actually did something that's like an accomplishment this year. He's got a player up in the top 5 for an award. He's got a bum-ass record, 2-7, absolute garbage. But he's got the young man Patrick Queen at the number 4 spot for the Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Then you've got Tre'Davious White, Matt Milano, and then you've got Bobby McCain with the Dolphins. Peyton, this is absolutely ridiculous. There are 3 members of the Bills secondary are in the top 6 for the AFC Defensive Player of the Year.
Not 4 of them.
well, the secondary. You know, Matt Milano's a linebacker, so he's
that's crazy.
3 of his 4 starters.
Man.
The guy's got game, man. I've got him in the Super Bowl. I don't think there's any stopping him. AFC, get it together. All right, including you, Peyton. Come on, you guys can't let this shit happen. Get it together, AFC. NFC, Defensive Player of the Year. Warner with the 49ers sitting in first. Then you've got Harmon from the Lions at second. Tart at third with the 49ers. Quandre Diggs with the Vikings at 4. Then you got Savage with the Packers at 5. The rookie Simmons sitting at 6 with the Cardinals. And then old man Thomas Davis Sr. with Washington football team. Any surprises here in the NFC Defensive Player of the Year, Pepe?
Yeah, I didn't think like any of these guys. Honestly, I think I knew Fred Warner probably was a decent player being there, but I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know 2 of these guys. I don't know who the second and third guy is.
Yeah, there's some shockers here, especially that Thomas Davis one right there. I honestly thought that Thomas Davis was in Florida somewhere and like on fucking retirement, but apparently he's sitting at number 7 for the Defensive Player of the Year at like 47 years old or some shit like that. AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year, none other than your running back, Jonathan Taylor. Tell me a bit about Jonathan Taylor. Go ahead and get your 2 seconds of fame.
My man, he make one move, and he goes past the safety. You can go ahead and put 7 on the board because, oh, my God, he breaks loose. Good luck catching him. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you might put 7 on the board, but if you guys are playing the Colts, just put 7 in the box. Dude can't pass the ball. Just stop the run. It's that simple. You guys are stupid, all right? Bunch of dummies in the AFC.
I'm running the ball. I'm not passing, not one bit. I might throw the ball 6 times the whole game.
You guys need to put 7 in the box on him, all right? Moving on to number 2, the rookie, the speed demon, Mr. Ruggs III with the Raiders. Danny usually is more of a ground and pound type of guy, and he lives off efficiency. So I was really shocked to see Ruggs make it up here at number 2. So good work with Danny out there with the Raiders. And then you got the rookie wonder boy, Burrow with the Cincinnati Bengals. One of the better quarterbacks so far in the rookie class this year. Actually, he's the best rookie quarterback. But you got your man, Jacob Eason, right there. I've seen you've been very efficient with him sitting at number 4. Jacob Eason's number 4. And then you got Tua Tagovailoa at 5. Asi, whoever the hell that is, at 6. I am not sure who Asi is, but the Patriots have... I have no idea who that is either. But hey, congratulations. He's sitting at 6. And then you got Dobbins at number 7, which I have no clue why Dobbins is there. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a quarterback. I'm sorry. Good news, Peyton. That's for Latrell right there. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Latrell's doing a little bit of something. Moving on to the NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year, Antonio Gibson running away with it with the football team of Washington at first, followed by DeAndre Swift at 2, Jalen Hurts, and then Jalen Reagor at 3 and 4. Then you got Cam Akers at 5, Cole Kmet at 6, and then Watkins at 7. Eagles look like they're really investing in Jalen Hurts. I know they traded away Carson Wentz, and he's got a nice connection going on. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, Swift coming through. All right. We'll see what he can do. You're going to have to get rid of Gibson at that number 1 spot, but I'm sure that Swift can get up there. What else? Any other surprises right here, Pepe? Cole Kmet. I didn't really see Cole making it up here at number 6.
I don't know who in God's name is that, but I just realized he was on the backups for the Bears, so...
Well, and I guess when you're 0-10 playing from behind, you get to pass the ball a lot. So, Darnell, come on, get better, man. You got to start winning some games, bro. AFC. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. I was just wondering why they had Jalen Reagor. He looked like a little turtle, but... All right, what was he going to say?
Yeah, they didn't do him any justice. Madden's got to fix this fucking game. AFC Defensive Rookies of the Year. Grant Delpit at number 1. You've got Queen at 2. Gay at 3. Davis at 4 with the Jets. Rodgers at 5 with your Colts. Snead at 6 with the Chiefs. And then Murray Jr., the rookie, with the Chargers at 7. Taking a move on to the NFC side for Defensive Rookie of the Year. The tall speed beast Isaiah Simmons sitting there at first place for the Defensive Rookie of the Year awards in the NFC. Then you've got Johnson with the Bears at 2, Blackman with the Eagles at 3, my man Antoine Winfield Jr. with my Buccaneers at 4, Kinlaw with the 49ers at 5, McKinley with the Giants at 6, and then Burgess with the Rams at 7. So, Peyton, it is good to see that. I know the Bears and the Ravens are having a tough year, but at least they're building their young guys, so that's a good thing to see.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not going to make the playoffs. I would invest in trying to upgrade these guys, get them in certain categories, get them ready for next year, and get back to the lab.
Absolutely. If you start going down early in the season, build your players. Don't just worry about playing for stats for certain guys. Like if you know you're 2-4 early on or 3-6, and there's no chance to come back, build your players. Spam a certain guy, get him his stats. That way you can try to have another piece to build around for that next year. Move him up from star to superstar, superstar to X Factor, whatever you got to do to get him up. AFC best quarterback. Who do you think it is? Well, it's Josh Allen again, getting another award, followed by Burrow at number 2. That was a shocker there. I know he was the best quarterback as far as rookies in the league, but I didn't know that he was going to be there at number 2 for the AFC side for quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield quietly there at number 3 in the best quarterback award for the AFC, and then you've got Lamar Jackson at 4, Roethlisberger at 5, the rookie Herbert with the Chargers at 6, and then Deshaun Watson at 7. Anything standing out here to you, Pepe?
Yeah, actually, it was just interesting. Oh, that's a fucking dog.
You need to put that dog in a kennel.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody wants that shit. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. He's supposed to be in the studio. He's in his fucking house.
Shit, I'll be right back. Hold up.
Should have put 20 on the pit for me. All right, while he's doing his Michael Vick business, I guess we'll go ahead and move it on to the NFC side. NFC best quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. That's right, you guys. All you other bums out here with all these flashy quarterbacks, Teddy Bridgewater is leading the NFC best quarterback of the year race. Got to give my man some props. That's a good look. Tom Brady, terrific Tom. He's 48, 59, whatever years old, but I'm still trying to do something with him. He's sitting at number 2. Then you got Matt Stafford with the Lions at 3, the rookie Jalen Hurts at 4, Jimmy G at 5, Kyler Murray at 6, and then Daniel Jones at 7. So good to see a lot of these names on here. Let's move on to the AFC Best Running Back of the Year. Jonathan Taylor going to take home yet another award, sitting at the Best AFC Running Back of the Year. And then you got Muhammad right there in a close second, followed by Derrick Henry at 3rd, Joe Mixon with the number 4 spot, Nick Chubb, and then we've got Dalvin Cook and Austin Eckler. So, Pepe, after you finish doing what you had to do with your dog, go ahead and wipe the peanut butter up. We're on AFC best running back. We're on AFC. Sorry.
I didn't know my guy had a pet. Had a little rat.
Oh shit! Fucking, whoo! You and your fucking peanut butter nutsack over there, man. God Almighty, that's standing dog abuse. I'm sorry you guys had to hear that. Best running back of the AFC. Fill us in here, Pepe. Best running back of the AFC. What do you think about this list here?
Well, I passed. You know what I'm saying, the Damian Tomlinson's running back record. I'm trying to see if I can hit 40, but. One thing I will say, let me see who's in here. Marlon Mack, Eckler, Cook,
let me tell you, this Muhammad guy.
Yeah,
the Muhammad.
I don't understand how you get somebody out of free agency and he's a top 3 running back in the league. Like, that's just unheard of.
Because he knows how to run the ball. And the Jaguars are trash. They are absolutely short on talent. And the guys at 6-3, that's a tough division you're in there.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's keeping up, man. Honestly, he played me good. I still think he's going to be the lone shark if he makes the playoff. He's going to be one of the lone guys I think that can make it far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's quietly making a name for himself in this league. Moving over to the NFC best running back of the game, none other than Todd Gurley. He got shipped out of the LA Rams. A lot of people thought that he was done, thought that he was too injury prone. However, down in Atlanta, he's got a new home down there, looking really good with the Falcons. Leonard Fournette, again, the big mistake that I made, trading him up to the Vikings. I'm going to be honest to you guys, I even hit him up later on, and I said, hey, man, is there a chance I can try to get Leonard Fournette from you? I actually traded him to the who did I trade him to? The Chiefs, and the Chiefs traded him over there. I wish I could get him back. However, I'm very happy with my new guy, Darius Geis. But you got Leonard Fournette sitting there at number 2, Gibson at number 3. Gibson looking good. Mostert with number 4, Aaron Jones at 5, Saquon Barkley at 6, and then there's DeAndre Swift all the way down at 7. But I got a feeling DeAndre Swift's going to move up a little bit. Any thoughts on these NFC running backs, Pepe?
For the most part, no, I'm not surprised at any of these guys. All these guys are big play guys, so I mean, not really too surprised on it.
You know,
I'm
actually
surprised that Christian McCaffrey's that low on 9, though. That's one thing I am surprised on.
That's the one thing I was looking for, and I know that he's been using McCaffrey. I know when he plays me, both games, McCaffrey had, I think like 150 or 175 yards combined on the ground and through the air. So I really thought that McCaffrey would make it up further. Maybe there was an injury for a few weeks or something like that, but yeah, really good list here. Not too many big surprises like the AFC was. Moving on to the AFC Best Wide Receiver, yet another award goes to the Buffalo Bills. You guys, AFC, you have got to put this Bills guy in your fucking crosshairs. You guys got to start paying attention. You guys need a game plan. You guys have got to slow him down. He has been out of control this year, sitting at 9-1 with that Bills team. He's got offense, he's got defense, and he's got Robert Foster sitting here at the number 1 wide receiver spot for the AFC. Tyreek the Freak, the Cheetah, number 2. John Ross III there at number 3. Ruggs III at 4. Keenan Allen at 5. OBJ at 6. And then Stephon Diggs at 7. Really good list here. A lot of big names. Couple of young guys, nice little list there. Moving on to the NFC Best Wide Receiver. I was a little pissed off with this right here because I had been putting work in with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I was trying to get the top 2 spots, and DJ Moore will not get out of the way. I know when he played me, DJ Moore, he's hitting these crosser routes with him. He's breaking open for streaks down the field. So DJ Moore is that dude this year, and he's really young. So really good career ahead of him coming up here soon. My man Mike Evans, he's my red zone threat. Chris Godwin has been ridiculous in the slot, so I'm glad to see those two guys at 2 and 3. And then you got Nelson with the Lions, Galladay with the Lions, so another team that's got a pair of really solid running backs. So I'm guessing the Lions and I kind of.
Receivers.
I'm sorry?
No, you said.
I'm sorry. Yeah, wide receiver. I'm sorry. My bad, you guys. I'm sorry. I've had too many fucking drinks today. My bad. Pair of wide receivers. So it looks like the The Lions kind of play like I do. They feed off their top two wide receivers and work around it from there. And then you got Anthony Miller at 6, and then Marquez Valdez-Scantling at number 7. Any surprises here, Pepe, with the NFC best wide receivers?
No, I'm just surprised how there's always 2 guys in a top 10 instead of just one. Like, what the hell is everybody else doing? Like, I just don't understand it. That means he's spamming one guy or going deep with one guy and then still having to throw to the other guy and still have both in the top 10. Like, that's rough.
Well, that's how the Lions and I do. We're going to hit you from the left, from the right, so you better come and pay attention. You better bring that good fucking
Packers
defense.
too, and Washington has 2 guys in the top 10.
Hey, man, it's what we do, man. It's what we do, man. So you guys need to go ahead and watch out for us because we will dot you up. Moving on to the AFC best offensive line. If you guys get your rocks off on offensive line, by all means, go ahead and look at this. Nelson, Schwartz, Balaga, Hudson. Yeah, I can't get excited about this, you guys. NFC best offensive line. Kelce, Marpet, Bakhtari. Any surprises here? Okay, let's keep it moving.
The usual.
Back to some real positions. AFC best defensive lineman, Chris Jones with the Chiefs, followed by Murphy with the Bills, Hughes with the Bills. The Bills are just cleaning up with these awards. Then you got Graham at 4, the rookie, well, I'm sorry, not rookie, second-year player now, Allen with the Jaguars, and then you got Lawson with the Bengals, Simon with the Patriots. Moving on to the NFC best defensive lineman, none other than Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald got shipped up to, let's see here, we got some young talent.
Oh my God, how?
Yeah,
I'm looking at the top 10. I can't believe this.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Let me tell you, Rams, you were stupid for sending him Aaron Donald, and Vikings, you were stupid for sending him Danielle Hunter. Alpha Male is one of the best defensive linebacker, blitz setup guys. He loves to send the heat, and you guys gave him the best defensive line in the game. So I don't want anybody tripping about it. I don't want to hear nobody complaining about it. I don't want to hear anybody bitching when he sacks you. You guys need to go bitch to the Rams and go bitch to the Vikings because they fed the man and he likes to eat. He's got Aaron Donald at 1, and then he's got Cox and – I know, Pross, my bad. Whoops. He's got Donald at 1, Cox and Hunter at 6 and 7. At number 2, you've got Calais Campbell with the Seahawks. I think the Ravens probably should have kept him. That's probably why they're doing so bad. They got rid of a lot of their talent. But the Seahawks is making him work up there at number 2. Sweet Sweat, however you pronounce it, I don't know, but he's there Montez Sweat. All right, Sweet Sweat there at 3. Then you got D Ford there at number 4 with the Niners, and then you got Chandler Jones with the Cardinals at 5. I would ask if you were shocked about anything, but I'm pretty sure the Eagles' entire defensive line being in the top 7 is the shocker here. I don't think there's really a surprise.
Well, yeah, that, and I see Washington. It's pretty good. They got Montez Sweat. But it's just ridiculous because now all he has to do with the Eagles, all he has to literally do is come out and rush 4 every single time.
He don't even have to rush 4. He can rush 3. He don't even have to rush 4. He doesn't have to rush 4 at all. I got to give some love to the Washington football team. He's up here in like almost all these NFC awards. Shocking to see him at 5 and 4. I think this is like a rebuilding year for him. So I really do think he will give the Eagles a run for their money in the next couple of seasons. Moving on to the best linebackers in the AFC. Luttrell's got himself an award, it looks like. He's got Mr. Queen there at number 1 with the best linebacker of the year. So at least his season isn't all for naught. He's got something. And there's Matt Milano, another Bills player, right there at number 2. You got Lee with the Browns at number 3. Then you got T.J. Watt with the Steelers at 4. Kyle Van Noy, old Van Noy with the Dolphins there at 5. Bud Dupree, another fast sack machine with the Steelers. And then you've got Mr. Gay with the Chiefs at number 7. I know that, Kendall with the Chiefs, I know he's a big fan of Gay. So glad to see him doing really well with Gay right there.
Oh, I thought you said the Chiefs. Never mind.
No. I did say the Chiefs is a big fan of Gay, though. He likes Gay a lot, so I'm really happy to see him doing well with Gay, just not for me. NFC best linebacker, Fred Warner, followed by old man Thomas Davis Sr. Then you got the young boy Isaiah Simmons with the Cardinals. And then you've got my traded McKinney here with the Bucks. I did have slipping my mind. I traded him away. Levante David made a package deal to get McKinney. He's really tall, got nice reach on him, so he's working out well. Got him at 4. And then you got Roquan Smith at 5 with the Bears, Jalen Smith with the Cowboys at 6, and then Danny Trevathan with the Saints at 7. Moving on to the DBs. Obviously, we already knew that the AFC is going to clean this one out. AFC, Micah Hyde sitting at 1, Grant Delpit at 2, and then Jordan Poyer and Tre'Davious White at 3 and 4. AFC, all right, turn your microphones up, turn your kids down, put your wife in the fucking closet. The Bills are fucking amazing, all right? You guys have got to learn how to play this guy, all right? I like seeing people do well, but that AFC, y'all are looking like hot trash. This guy is doing whatever he wants to you guys. He is stopping the pass, he's stopping the run, he's sacking, he's running the ball, he's passing the ball. Y'all got to figure something out. If you're in the AFC, you should be ashamed of yourselves, including you too, Pepe. I don't know if
I didn't play him.
You haven't played him yet? All right, I'll give you a pass. The rest of you bums, if you guys have played the Bills, you guys are hot garbage. You don't even deserve to watch this podcast here, so just go ahead and turn it off. I don't even want you on here if you lost to him, all right? Good shit, though, Bills. Good stuff, man. I can see you're a heavy hitter. You are on a quick path to the Super Bowl, man. Jalen Ramsey with you down there with the Colts down at 5. Then you got Hayden at 6. Williams at 7 with the Browns. Any surprises here, Pepe, or does this look about right for you?
Everything looks about right so far. Just really surprised that he has 1, 2, 3 guys that are top 4.
Yeah, 3 top 4 DBs. So pretty much that means 3 of his 4 starters in the secondary are best DBs in the AFC. That's absolutely ridiculous. You guys got to start paying attention, man. You guys got to game plan. Before you play him, go to where it says training and you can look at opponent's tendencies, see what he's doing, see if he's running cover 3, cover 2, cover 1. But my man is doing his thing. I got to show him some love, man. Moving on to the NFC best DBs of the year, you've got Tart there at number 1 with the Niners, Trey Boston with the Panthers at 2, Harmon with the Lions at 3, Amos with the Packers at 4, along with Savage with the Packers at 5. So that's another good secondary there with the Packers. And then you've got Diggs with the Vikings and Melifonwu with the Lions at 7. Any opinions, any thoughts on this, my man?
For the most part, everybody looks decent. I'm just really surprised. I'm just trying to think of the whole entire NFC, why there's not more players and there's always just 2 players. I noticed in every single NFC category we said something. There's always 2 guys from one team that's always in the top 10.
Yeah, it does seem like that. It seems like a lot of people in the NFC are specializing in one thing here or there. So it's good to see the awards kind of spaced out, unlike that AFC where the Bills has taken everything. Now, you guys, we're going to jump into the league standings, all right? So the AFC, leading the AFC, is the Buffalo Bills at 9-1. This guy has scored 418 points on offense. That is absolutely atrocious. You guys have got to slow the ball down. This guy is destroying the AFC. 418 points forced, and he's only allowed 170 points. That is absolutely ridiculous. The number 2 seed is the Chiefs and the AFC side at 8-1. Very solid. Good offensive game. Look at that. 335 points with a stellar defense. 145 points allowed. Followed by you there with the Colts at 7-2. And then you got the Jaguars at 6-3. Browns at 6-3. And then you've got a slew of 5-4 teams such as the Bengals and the Raiders. Which team are you most worried about in the AFC here, Peyton?
Probably the most 2 dangerous teams, probably the Bills and Chiefs, for sure. That's really the only team I'm really worried about. Actually, the Jaguars is good too.
There's times where you see some teams and you look at their record and you're like, all right, look, they kind of got a cakewalk schedule. They won a bunch of close ones, but that is not the case with the Bills and the Chiefs. They are blowing people out. So these guys are hands down the top two teams in the AFC. The AFC North division leader is currently the Browns, but it's a tight race. You've got the Bengals right there in second, and I'm really shocked with Mr. Brian Inc. there with the Bengals. He's got a trash team, all right? The Bengals, they've got some young talent, but nothing like some of these other teams. They don't have the same type of talent the Browns have, or the Ravens, or even the Steelers. But he's right there, one game behind the Browns. Browns, you better go ahead and put the gas pedal all the way down to the metal. Do not let up, because the Bengals are trying to catch you. Steelers, get it together, man. 3-6. You got to do better, man. You got to do better than that. But at least it's not 0-9. The Ravens, 2-7. I don't even know what to say to you, Latrell. I have no idea what to say. You guys, this Ravens user, he's usually a playoff team. He's usually going 10-6, 9-7, 11-5. I don't know what's going on this year. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with him this year, but hopefully it's just a building year. We'll see what happens. What are your thoughts on the AFC North?
Well, yeah, it looks like it's either going to be Browns or Bengals, man. Ain't really too much else to say for the rest of the division, but yeah.
Unless Marquise can make a nice little run, he's 3 games out, so it's not mathematically impossible. He's 3 games out, but he's going to have to win some division games to crawl back in, and I think Latrell's totally out of it. Moving on to your division, the AFC South. You are leading at 7-2, but those Jaguars, they're hot on your tail at 6-3. You've got a really good offense there with your running back. 344 points forced, solid defense, 175 points allowed. The Jaguars sitting at 6-3. They forced 289 points, allowed 201 points. And then the Texans have really surprised me here. They have really fallen off. Mad Cow is usually a playoff team. He's even potentially a Super Bowl type team if he can have a good run. Really shocking to see him at 4-5. He's been hot garbage this year. I'm not gonna lie. Really bad garbage. I'm talking like that garbage that's got like raw chicken and shit inside of it. Like, come on, man. You got the Texans, man. You got D. Watt. You got Watson. Come on, get something going together, man. Sitting there at 4-5, followed by the Titans at 3-6. I didn't even know the Titans were alive, but then I looked and I saw that he's played every single game. He doesn't respond or talk in the chat, but he's playing his game, so I can't hate the man. Sitting there at 3-6. He has allowed a lot of points there at 259. I think it's going to be a two-way race here. The Texans are too far out of it. He's going to have to go ahead and start getting ready for the draft and the offseason. But you and the Jaguars got a nice little race going on there, dude.
Yeah, man. I was going to say, only way, I just need to win out because I feel like he's not going to lose. I need to check his schedule and see what he plays.
He's not going to let up. He is not letting up at all. Moving on to the AFC East. I don't think we have to talk about this at all. 9-1. The next closest team is 3-7. Dolphins, Jets, Patriots. How do I put this? I'm not going to throw a lot of shade on you guys. Dolphins, Jets, Patriots, you know who you are. You know what you're doing. You know what your offense looks like. You know what your defense looks like. Get it together, all right? The Bills is dominating this division. He's probably going to go ahead and lock up a playoff berth this next week. He's sitting at 9-1, so it is what it is. Moving on to a more exciting division. Actually, not really. AFC West. Kind of the same boat here. It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs, they've got this thing locked up pretty much. Sitting there at 8-1. Amazing defense. Amazing offense. He's going to run away with this one. It's going to be a nice battle watching him and the Bills go at it for the AFC Championship. That's who I'm predicting. I don't think there's any way around that one. Raiders at 5-4. He's got some young guys that he's building. I do see him finishing the year above 500. I don't know if that'll be enough for the playoffs, though. The Chargers, let me tell you, the Chargers are a very odd team. 1 week they'll beat a heavy hitter, and then the next week they just totally blow a game. Then the next week they have a huge blowout win, and then they just kind of fall flat the next week. I'm not sure what's going on there. I know he's trying to build some rookies, but look out for the Chargers. I know that 3D has won a Super Bowl before with us, so he is a really good player. You've got the Broncos there at 2-7. That's Uncle Serge, and he's been really quiet the past month, and I want to go ahead and give him a shout-out because he talked a lot of shit before the league started. Do you remember that, Pepe?
Yeah, I want to say my man was doing pretty good, man. You
Oh,
might have, I don't know. He's on a
how are
four-game
you
losing
doing
streak.
pretty good? He's 2-7.
He started
How?
off like 1-2-0. I mean, he was putting emojis, memes in there. I'm
Well,
like, oh man. Or he
well,
was like
well,
winning tough
well. He
something.
sure
I don't
shut
know.
up really, really quick because I've not heard dude in a minute. I have not heard him in a minute. But he's sitting there at 2-7. He's got a loud ass mouth, and I've not heard it for a while. So hopefully he'll chime in later tonight, and you can get your shit together because you damn sure don't know anything about Madden apparently. But he's sitting there at the bottom at 2-7. This division is clearly going to go to the Chiefs. And before we go to the the NFC side, so back to the AFC. So who are you going to predict to go to the AFC Championship just past the midway point in the season here, Pepe?
AFC Championship. I see Bills. I see Colts, man. I'm taking myself in the AFC Championship
Hey,
game,
that's
man.
fine, man. We can all hope and dream. That's cute. But I'm going to
I
take the
beat Kendall
Bills.
before to go to the championship, and I'm going to do it again.
Well, before isn't now, and this is now, sir. I don't see anybody making it past these Bills or Chiefs this year. I'm looking for a Bills-Chiefs AFC Championship game. You guys can go ahead and put that down in ink. Moving on to the NFC. The NFC, you have myself sitting in the first place spot at 9-1. Solid offense, 298 points forced, with about pretty decent defense, 207 points allowed. Followed by the Lions. The Lions, they had fallen down a few spots in their own division, but they're taking over their division again, sitting there at 7-2. I get to play him later in the year. That's going to be a really good game. I look forward to it. Then you've got the Eagles quietly at 7-2. Hasn't talked a lot in the chat. We've not seen a lot of ridiculous stats out of Philly. I think he's been just kind of focused on getting a solid game plan together. But you've got him at 3, and then you've got the Packers there in the 4th place spot, and then you've got the Vikings, 49ers, Seahawks, all with 6 wins. It's a big clusterfuck right there from the 4 seed all the way down. But that's what the NFC standings are looking like. NFC North. Lions took over this one right here. This is probably the best division in the game. It is the most balanced. You've got the Lions at 7-2, 294 points forced. Allowed a lot of points though, 242 points allowed. And then you've got the Packers at 6-3, Vikings at 6-3, and I'm just gonna say, the Bears. We don't have to say their record. I don't want to hurt the guy, but there's the Bears right there. They're actually in this division. There are 4 teams in this division. There's not just 3. Peyton, this is a really, really competitive division. 7-2, 6-3, 6-3. It seems like every week there's a new division leader here. You agree with me? This is probably the best division in the game.
Yeah, for the most part, I'd say yeah. But you'd really see what's going to happen in these next 3 to 4 games. You'll see who loses, who wins, because I feel like they have like some big games coming up. So you'll see that kind of that 1 game, 2 game thing might kind of slip away, or it's going to get like a bigger margin. I feel like.
Yeah, this one's going to be really tight here. I don't know what their schedules are looking like. I'm not sure if they've already played a lot of division games or not, but this one can really go to anybody, but I wouldn't be shocked if somebody pulls away here at the end, like you said. But it can go to any of these 3 teams right here. So very good division. Excellent job being competitive, you guys. I like to see a balanced division like that. Moving on to the NFC South. That is myself, the Buccaneers at 9-1. Then you have the Falcons at 5-4, the Panthers at 5-5, and the Saints at 3-6. The only thing standing in my way from sweeping my division is the Falcons. I swept the Panthers in 2 very close games. When I played the Panthers this last time around, he actually had me up against the ropes. He had I think a double-digit lead on me, and I really had to dig deep into my box of tricks and think pretty hard to get myself out of that hole. I was able to do it. I know, right? I was able to do so, but he's an excellent player. I can't wait to see what he's going to do once he starts getting some more talent on there. The Saints, new Saints, that's old bricks. He's really, really solid. Gave me a run for my money. Looking forward to seeing what the Falcons have in store. I'm going to see if I can slow down Todd Gurley, but I'm going to go ahead and predict myself to take this one. I think that one's pretty much a given. Started off with one of the better teams in the game, so it's almost kind of unfair I'm not thinking that I'm some powerhouse. I had a lot of good players. Once a lot of these good old guys go out the window, I wouldn't be shocked if I think the Panthers are going to end up probably taking this division in the next couple of years. Moving on to the NFC East, you have the Philadelphia Eagles at 7-2. They're starting to pull away with this one, and then you have the football team at 5-4, the Giants at 2-8, and the Cowboys at 1-8. Any thoughts here on this NFC East, Pepe?
I think the Giants, Cowboys. I feel like the Giants are rebuilding. Football team's right there. He's not too far out, but I feel like he needs to win out if he's gonna have a chance to win in that division. Because I know the Eagles don't lose too many games unless it's a sim or something like a forced loss. Other than that, they need to just tee up and try to win the division.
I think the Eagles got away with one this first season. The Cowboys, they've had a lot of stuff going on outside of the game, a lot of personal things, so he's kind of punted this season. Same thing with the Giants. I know the Giants started off with a rough schedule early on. He's still trying to get his team worked out. I think he kind of just punted, and I think he is just focusing on building his players. And then Washington football team, I'm really surprised here. He's played some tough opponents, still at 5-4, and there's not a lot of talent there. Once he gets one offseason under his belt, I would not be shocked if he goes ahead and makes a run for the division next year. We've got somebody saying they think Jags and Bills in the AFC Championship, and I think that is, that's Clay K with the Jags. That's your rival down there in the AFC South.
Clay K is good, man. He be dotting shit up. I like him too. I told you that's my loan shirt going into the playoffs too. I like the way he plays.
All right, the NFC West. NFC West. This is another really good division. Another solid division. Very balanced, and that's what I like about the NFC. There's a lot more balance. The AFC, you guys got 3 or 4 heavy hitters, then a bag full of fucking bombs, man. NFC is where it's at. We have balance across our league, so I'm really proud to see the NFC looking really good. 49ers at 6-4. This is kind of out of order a little bit, you guys, right here, but 6-4 with the Niners. Seahawks 6-3, Cardinals 6-3, and then the Rams at 3-6. I know the Rams are totally rebuilding, so I know he's kind of punting this year away. But this is a nice race going on here, Pepe, with the Niners, Seahawks, and Cardinals, and all 3 of these guys know how to play.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is one of the divisions that might come down to the last 1 or 2 games, but so far I like what I see out of all 3 of those teams right there.
Yeah, I look forward to it. And it looks like they all 3 are very balanced. They have really good offense, really good defense. I'm glad I'm not in that division. Before we move on, let me get your predictions for the NFC Championship. Who are you going to call for the NFC side for the NFC Championship game?
Man. Eagles, Buccaneers, or Eagles, Lions?
I think I'm going to call it, I want to say Lions, Eagles, but I get a feeling that we're going to see a Lions-Packers. I just got that feeling. I've got a feeling we're going to see a Lions-Packers NFC Championship game, but common sense tells me Lions-Eagles. All right, so that's pretty much it, you guys. One quick note about the draft. We did auto-generated rookies. That's the most fair thing to do, you guys. The reason we don't use the custom draft classes is because somebody is going to know all the overalls. Whoever downloads that and puts that up into the league, they would be able to look and tell all the overalls for the players. Also, once you find out by running some other franchises, you could just upload that same roster and you would already know who has traits, who's got superstar, who's got X Factor, what everybody's speed is. So it's not really, a draft. It's pretty much, you've got cheat codes, you've got a cheat sheet, who is who, who has what ratings. So it kind of takes the element of surprise out of it. But we have the auto-generated. We'll see how that comes out. It should be pretty balanced. I know we've done auto-generated, I think, pretty much every season except for one in Matrix Madden. And I think we've always had a lot of success with the auto-generated. But we'll probably do a draft special next week, and we'll focus on a bunch of the guys coming out of college. So that'll be next week's focus in the podcast. One quick reminder, we had a lot of new people get added over the last 4 or 5 weeks. I want to make it very clear. Once we get to the off season, we are going to clear cap penalties for every single person after the first year. All right, so once off season opens up, you guys need to go on a trade frenzy, do what you got to do, cut who you want to cut, and I'm referring to the guys that got added recently. All right, but make sure you get all that stuff knocked out, and then we're going to clear everybody's cap penalty after the first year. Why do we do that? We do that because we were not the GMs before Madden 21, all right? If you get stuck with the Vikings, it's not your fault that, Kirk Cousins got signed to a ridiculous LeBron James deal, and he's nowhere near LeBron James, all right? Absolutely ridiculous for the money he's getting. And there's a couple of other players like that, but you guys shouldn't have to pay for that, especially if you were towards the end of the team selection order. Let's say you had team selection, 29, 30, 31, 32. You really had no choice. So you couldn't even, say, hey, I'm going to pick a team that's got a lot of beneficial cap situation going on. So we are going to clear the cap penalties at the end of the first year. You'll be set to 0. Any trades you guys make or signings after that, it is on you. If you ruin your team after this first year, you are an idiot, all right? We're giving you a free pass. We gave everybody a year to get your team how you want it. We're going to give you the beginning of the offseason to take care of it. But we are going to clear cap penalties before we get to free agency, all right? We're not going to do it 2 and 3 times. We're going to do it 1 time. We're going to clear cap penalties at the end of the season.
Right. I was gonna say, yeah. So make sure you do what you need to do in the off season. I also have the suicide hotline for some of you, just in case you fuck your team up. It's 1-800-273-8255. So if any of you fuck your team up and you think about ending it all, just call that line. They'll give you great advice and everything. So I just looked it up.
That's one thing I want to jump on as well. For me in Madden, the first year you don't really know who is who. Like, you might know who's good on the sticks. Pause. But I had to catch it before. I know you were going to grab it. I know you're going to. Pause. But, yeah, you guys, the first year, you might already have a powerhouse team, like I do with the Buccaneers, and you don't really have to do much. Once you get through that first offseason and you have your first draft and you have to re-sign your players and you get your upgrades from your stats and you have to do you have free agency, that's when you're going to start seeing the real GM start to shine. I'm not very good at, as far as skills on the game. I've been beaten by many people, but I am an expert in GM skills. I really pride myself on drafting, on making smart decisions. And there's a lot of people that I've seen in Madden leagues. They come through their first year, they have success, they make the playoffs, they might even win a Super Bowl, but they don't know how to manage a team. They don't know how to re-sign their players for, efficient deals. They don't know how to cut their players the right way. They don't know how to structure the deals. They don't know how to draft. They don't know how to trade. And after about a year or two, they go from being a playoff team to a bum. I also see a lot of guys start off with a bum trash team and then build them up in a year or two, and they become a real powerhouse. So just because you had a bad year this first year, everybody, that doesn't mean you're going to have a bad franchise. It just means, take the season, learn from it. And just because you're a heavy hitter this first year, just because you're winning a lot of games, you're getting a lot of awards and stuff, that doesn't mean it's going to last, all right? So I want to thank everybody, for not quitting just when you start losing a lot of games. You got to understand, someone's got to lose. You can't always win. So glad to see everybody still taking those losses. We haven't had a lot of rage quits. The ones that we have, we got rid of. But that's pretty much it, man. Peyton, if you have anything to add, man, shut this thing down for me. Close it out.
Yeah, I think everybody here is pretty much grown, so I'm going to say we don't give out fucking participation awards. Fuck what he's talking about. It's either win or go home, baby.
Man. He says that, you guys, but he's a fucking millennial. I went to his house one time, and I saw all these trophies for, soccer and, upwards basketball. I saw, you played that basketball where you play on the carpet, right?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, you played church basketball. It's all good, man. But, all right, you guys. Well, that was it. Sorry for not having last week's podcast. We will have another one next week, and next week we're probably going to focus on the upcoming draft class. Peyton, I enjoyed having you. See you guys later.
Always, bro. Be easy.
All right.